Hello everyone, this is Dr.RAMESH and today we are going to learn about APPRO JRD, which was written by Sudha Murty. APPRO is a Gujarati word which means our. APPRO JRD means our JRD. Okay? And first thing about Sudha Murty. Sudha Murty is an Indian technologist, philanthropist, social worker, teacher, and writer. She was born on 9th August 1950 in Karnataka. She is the first female engineer hired at India's largest auto manufacturer, TELCO. Now it is called as Tata Motors. Sudha Murty began writing in the later years of her life, and she has published novels, short story collections, essays, and travel acts in both Kannada and English. Before going to this lesson, we need to know about J.R.D. Tata. Who is J.R.D. Tata? His full name is Jahangir Ratanji Dadabhai Tata. He was born on 29th July 1904 and he was died on 29th November 1993. He is an Indian aviator, industrialist, entrepreneur, and chairman of Tata Group. And he is the first licensed pilot in India. And we can call him father of Indian civil aviation. He founded India's first commercial airline, Tata Airlines, in 1932, which became Air India in 1946. He is the founder of several industries under the Tata Group, including Tata Consultancy Services, Tata Motors, Titan Industries, Tata Salt, Voltas, and Air India. And he got Padma Vibhushan photographs on her office wall. Sudha Murty has two photographs hanging on her office wall. The first one is Jamshedji Tata, founder of Tata Group, and we can call him father of Indian industry. And second one is Bharat Ratna JRD Tata. They made a significant impact on her life because of gratitude she kept in her office. The people, they used to ask Sudha Murty whether these people are related to, but she said that they are not related to me. Out of gratitude, I kept those photographs in my office. Indian Institute of Science, IISc. Sudha Murty, she studied her master's in IISc, which is in Bangalore. At the time, she was bright, bold, and idealistic, and that institute, known as Tata Institute. At the time, she wanted to study in abroad, but she doesn't want to take any job in India. The story of gender discrimination. Sudha Murty shares a story of gender discrimination that she faced in 1974. She saw a job advertisement from TELCO that stated lady candidates need not apply. Sudha was upset and saw this as a challenge. So at the time in 1974, she was doing her master's final year, and when she was coming from her class to hostel, on the way, she had seen this circular on the notice board. So in that circular, they stated that lady candidates need not apply for this job. After seeing that circular, she was upset and she wanted to do something, because till that time she has not come across any discrimination in her life. But later she finally decided that she has to bring that to the officials. So she wants to fight against that gender discrimination. Writing a letter to JRD Tata. So she wanted to write a letter to top of TELCO's management. So she thought that that will be JRD Tata. So Sudha Murty decided to write a letter to the topmost person in TELCO's management about gender discrimination. In the job notification, they said that lady candidates need not to apply. Because of that, she wanted to inform to higher authorities in TELCO's company. So about that industry, the company was operating. She wrote a letter to JRD Tata about gender discrimination. Response from JRD Tata. Less than 10 days, Sudha Murty received a telegram stating that she had to appear for an interview at TELCO's Pune facility at the company's expense. JRD Tata had read her letter and wanted to meet her. Because of that, she got the reply from the government. going to Pune. She went to TELCO's Pimpri office for the interview. Immediately, she fell in love with the city. It was her first visit to Pune, and the place changed her life in so many ways. So here the funny incident happened. Her friends encouraged her to attend the interview because at the time Pune saris are very cheap. So because of that, her friends gave some amount to Sudha Murty. So anyhow, we are going on company expenses. So while you are coming back, so bring some saris for them. Interview at TELCO. So she attended interview. There are 6 panel members in that interview. I heard somebody whisper as soon as I entered the room. By then I knew for sure that I would not get the job. So the first thing is there are 6 people in the panel. So when she was entering into the hall, the people, they used to whisper or talk that this is the lady who wrote a letter to JRD TATA about gender discrimination. After hearing those words, automatically Sudha Murty, she got energy, she got strength that anyhow, I'm not going to get the job, so I will be more fine in the interview. So because of that, she get rid of her fear and she faced the interview. That realization abolished all fears from my mind. So I was rather cool while the interview was being conducted. One is shop floor. So where the production is going on, that is called shop floor. During those days, only then they are going to get the jobs in shop floor and they're used to work in production department. So they have not taken any ladies in production unit. Because of that, in that circular, they mentioned that ladies need not to apply because this is related to production department. The reason is that we have never employed any ladies on the shop floor, but you must start somewhere, otherwise no woman will ever be able to work in your factories. But Sudha Murty, she said that you need to start your Tatas, you need to give the chance to the ladies. Otherwise, no woman will ever be able to work in your factories. She was hired and it was her first job. And during this interview, she was a little bit arrogant, but later she felt ashamed of her behavior in that interview. Job at TELCO. She started her career at TELCO in 1974. She got the job. She is the first woman to work on the TELCO shop floor. It was only after joining TELCO that I realized who JRD was, the uncrowned king of Indian industry. Then she realized how big the JRD TATA was. He is the uncrowned king of Indian industry. Waiting for Murthy. One day, she was waiting for her husband, Narayana Murthy. So at the time, JRD was also in that corridor. So JRD asked Sudha Murty, why are you here? JRD asked, office time is over. I said, sir, I am waiting for my husband to come and pick me up. Then JRD said, it is getting dark and there is no one in the corridor. I will with you till your husband comes. Then Sudha Murty was nervous. Out of the corner of my eye, I looked at him. He wore a simple white pant and shirt. He was bald head. His face was glowing. There wasn't any air of superiority about him. He's such a simple man. I thought, look at this person. He is a chairman, a well-respected man in our country, and he is waiting for the sake of an ordinary employee. Resignation to TELCO. So Sudha Murty decided to give resignation to TELCO. So because of that, she went to Bombay House, which is head office of TATA, and there she gave resignation to her job. At that time, she met JRD TATA. So he asked, what are you doing, Mrs. Kulkarni? Sir, I am leaving TELCO. Then he asked, where are you going? Then she said, Pune, sir. My husband is starting company called Infosys and I'm shifting to Pune. And what will you do when you are successful? He asked. Then Sudha Murty replied, sir, I don't know whether we will be successful. Then JRD replied, never start with defeatance. He advised me always start with confidence. So we should not start any work without the confidence. So we are going to start any work, we need to start with confidence, and you need to believe that you are going to be successful. When you are successful, you must give back to society. Society gives us so much. We must reciprocate. I wish you all the best. So these are the words of JRD Tata. Once we successful, we need to do something to the society, he said at that time. Sudha Murty provided capital investment for a new company, Infosys. So Infosys started in 1981 and which was co-founded by her husband, Narayana Murthy. Today, Infosys is the second largest IT services company in India. Infosys Foundation in 1996. Sudha Murty started the Infosys Foundation, a non-profit organization that supports programs in healthcare, rural development, education, and influence of JRD Tata. Despite being an extremely busy person, he valued one postcard written by a young girl seeking justice. So here, Sudha Murty, she is telling about the greatness of JRD Tata. And in a day, he used to get thousands of letters, but he gave importance to her letter. Because of that, a girl got a chance to work in production unit in Tata Motors. He must have received thousands of letters every day. He could have thrown mine away, but he didn't do that. Sudha Murty talks about JRD Tata's simplicity and vision and how he influenced her own journey. We already learned about he is the founder of so many companies in India and importance of gratitude. Close to 50% of the students in today's engineering colleges are girls, and there are women on the shop floor in many industry segments. I saw him as a role model for his simplicity, his generosity, his kindness, and the care he took of his employees. And here we need to understand one thing, that Sudha Murty is the first woman who worked in shop. At the time, JRD Tata was very happy that Indian women are in engineering stream. If you take now, 50% of the students are girls in engineering colleges, and they are working in production department in many companies also. So here she admires JRD Tata for his simplicity, generosity, kindness, and the care he took of his employees. Then the conclusion of this lesson is, these two old people in the pictures made an impact on her life. So, who is the founder of Tata in India? That is Jamshedji Tata. So, he is the founder of Tata companies in India. And coming to JRD Tata, he established so many companies. So, we are having Air India, founded many companies. So, like that, he established so many companies. Tata Steel, like that. So she is grateful to them. So they inspired, they motivated, and because of that, she is grateful to them. Thank you, everyone.